Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your Wrexham News and Update show for Tuesday, August 6th. Yes, it is a Tuesday, and we are live a little bit early today, but we are here. We're army crawling through the week, as we always do. So thanks all for coming in. Smash a like on the video. Get involved into the chat. Yes, we had a couple things to talk about. As you can see on the thumbnail, it says time to Parky. And right now, we are in this where everyone has, like, hope, and we think we're going to go up. We think we're going to do well. And hey, Banksy boy. And I think we are too. And I think that, this is Parkinson's league, and I think he's going to shine. And a couple articles today that came out in the Leader that we're going to talk about. But again, I think, everyone's kind of like a little wish-washy, like hoofball, that stuff. But the guy knows the league, and I want to get behind him. And right now, like I said, it's like just a hope that kills us right now because we haven't kicked the ball yet, and we're 4 days away from the start of the season against Wycombe. And then we follow up with Sheffield United in the Carabao Cup. 1 second. You all right, kiddo? I woke up Banksy. And then we follow up with the Carabao Cup against our old foes, Sheffield United. And, listen, I think we wanted to get that scalp last season, but maybe we can get early on in this season too. But I don't think we're completed yet as a team. We're almost there. Looks like Tunnicliffe is going to go to Solihull Moors, apparently. That's rumored around too. Remember, we had the snafu with him, and now he's been freed of us and him behind the scenes. So we'll see. But anyways, yeah, we're going to talk about Parkinson today. Basically, we're going to talk about what he can do and how he can manage the team a little bit, and how I see him. How I see his experience and him and Parkin just kind of, going along. We talked about it yesterday, go along with the momentum, the big M, the big momentum. So I'm hoping we can do that. And I think we can all block out the noise and see how we do. So anyways, let's get through a little roll call here if I can find my clicker here. There we go. Can't watch live today, but you are first. Drew does whatever. You are first. Nikki D, what's going on, buddy? Damn you, Drew. And Emma Roberts, how are you, Emma? Good to see you. Evening all. Looking forward to the first game on Saturday. Come up to town. There we go. Yes. Hey, brother. How are you? The local pundit members there. There we are. Look at the local pundit members coming back. How you doing, Aaron? And looking forward to the opening match. Rob S, totally looking forward to the opening match. I'm pumped. And again, it's the hope that kills, and it's time to Parky. And listen, I want to talk about it. What we saw this last game against Fleetwood, which I don't think was our starting lineup, and I don't think how we're going to play, my opinion. Ever Games Studios, how are you? Good afternoon. Sorry I missed the start, but just got the notification now. We just started 3 minutes ago on the dot, so you haven't missed anything yet but me rambling. So yes. All right, before we get into that stuff, also the hats just went out yesterday. So those of you that did order the hats, I dropped them in. They should be on their way. You'll get your notification. Hopefully follow and track, and the first batch is out. If you want them, they're on our Etsy. You can go check it out. So thank you all for your support. Everything we do goes back into the show. That's right. We're about 24 subscribers away from 1,000. If we can get to 1,000 before the first game, please, that's awesome. There you go. Parky like it's 1999. Yes, you know how I like to do the nice thumbnail. So, or at least a little there. I had it's Parky time. A couple of ones I thought were a little time to Parky, but yeah. This is what we came up. It's time to park it. So the reason why I was bringing that up is because I saw this article that came out today, deserving credit. Dean Smith said this about Parkinson, and I thought it was very interesting. We'll talk about that one too. Dennis Smith was the last manager of Wrexham League One. So and he had said that like Parkinson deserves a lot of credit, and I thought wholeheartedly last season how hard that season was. I think for us to go up. Granted, I think it was. We wanted it a little bit easier. We ended up being in second. We had multiple injuries. We had problems in regards to the midfield because we had Stash, we had Gio out. We didn't have that proper depth. And I think now what we're building, and you can hear Parkinson talk about bringing in the right players. We're getting some astronomical numbers of what we're being quoted for players, but we're trying to push through. And I think that Parkinson deserves credit to get us here. And I think I want to be a little bit more going into this again, because we're at the start of the season now. We're at the start of going in. And again, we haven't kicked the ball yet. It's like, I want to remember this time where it's like, okay, I still feel like we're going to go up. I don't think we'll win the league, but, I think the aim should be to go and win the league. You never want to come out and be finished bottom four, like they were saying yesterday in one of the articles. But I believe that, the depth that he's building in the back and in the midfield, we're not finished up front, which I'm pretty sure we're going to make some moves. But I think that Parkinson, we have to believe that, He's been in this league before. He knows how to play in it. It's going to be very, very tough. There are teams coming down, and we can use that momentum and get the team to get behind us. And obviously, we have a fantastic fan base globally and in town, which is great. So I'm hoping that all that comes together. And I want to remember during the season when it's like February or November, and maybe we're going on a bad run, and then we're like, we're doing this shit. Like, all right, just, we've been here before. And the reason why I think it's very important that we remember that going into the season and not beat up the manager so much, because it doesn't help us out. He's got to be here for the season, and we just got to get behind him. Get behind him and not be a happy clapper. Be realistic. If we're absolute shit, that's a whole nother story, which I don't think we're going to be. I think we have some really fantastic players that are coming in, and the squad depth is good. But I'm not a happy clapper. We all know that. But we need to be realistic, and I think he's earned it. And this is what I was thinking about, too, going through this article before we do that. Ever Game Studio says, I know he got a few teams promoted already, but did he ever actually manage the top tier club like a Premier League or Championship? Just wondering. I maybe one, or he was a number 2 there, but I could be wrong. So have someone get that too. There were a couple more signings from being a real contender. We are 2 or 3 signings from being a real contender. I totally believe with that. Really, really believe with that for sure. Lexi's in the house. Saw the article based on some computer model. I don't believe it. I don't think it took the account of the new signings properly. There aren't enough stats on them as a team. No, supercomputer can go fuck itself. Sorry for the cussing, but yeah, I love people. I would have loved to go back to back, but I honestly have watched League One for the last 4 seasons, and I don't think so. You don't think so? Why? Okay, everyone's to their opinion. Yes, we're not done yet. Okay, but this is why I wanted to talk about Parkinson today. Dennis Smith was the last manager at Wrexham League One. And he says, Dennis Smith believes Parkinson deserves a lot of credit for what he's achieved at the racecourse and sees no reason why Wrexham can't challenge for the unprecedented 3rd promotion in a row. That's where I'm at. That's where I am at. And everyone, why? I know there's okay. Sorry, I missed. Lexi said you're here for the fucks. Okay, got it. All right. Well, then I'll try to do a few of that. I'll get them in when they're appropriate. You don't want to use it out of context, because then it's just like you're just cussing for cussing, even though I probably did that my entire life. Okay, Parkinson has taken the Reds from the National League to League One during the last 2 seasons, securing the back-to-back promotion for the first time in club's history. Although the 56-year-old has been backed in the transfer market by the owners, blah, blah, blah. It goes on to say, Smith says, and I quote, Phil has done a great job, said Smith. Everybody thinks Wrexham have got real money, and that helps, obviously, but you've still got to get the right characters in and the right people. That's totally evident, too. You look at Birmingham, who have signed a shit ton of players, Rotherham too, Aaron's team. Just kidding, buddy. And that group has to mesh. We are battle tested in regards to going up. When we went up in the National League, we were being pushed every second by Notts County, and we ended up getting over the line, and we earned it. Last season, we earned it. If we just went and blew it all away on both of those, we earned it. Again, to the credit of McElhenney, who said, we're in Rocky 3 right now. This is where we're at, Rocky 3. So we need to go. We need to knock out Mr. T. So that's where we're at. But goes on to say, because of the expectations are high due to the backing they've got and the profile they've got, it puts extra pressure on. There's always going to be pressure. Now there's added pressure. And I believe listening to Parkinson and watching them talk and all these things, I know some of the media training for them helps out a lot to deflect, but you can see that the characters that he's bringing in are all leaders. Scar, a leader. Dobson, leader. Macca, leader. Although, we got to keep him on the pitch. Players like Mullen, leader. AO at the back, he is very vocal, but, he's 22 years old, but he's very, if you talk to him, listen to him, he's very intelligent. He's very focused. All the guys that are coming in, but very focused. Seb, a leader on the pitch. When Rotherham wasn't playing well, again, told me to my face, Rotherham wasn't playing well. He checked in. He was the guy that was still pressing, and he still wanted to go. Leader in different ways, whether it be like vocally or be like, I'm going to show you how to play. That's great. And bringing in the right people is good. Nice pressure because everyone expects you to do well, but it's still there, says Smith. Because of what the owners have done, it's made it worldwide, which is great. But then Phil has to deal with people from all over the place trying to tell him how to do his job. And that's one thing that pulled out right there, too. Again, I haven't read the article. I read the tops. because I like to keep it fresh for everybody here. Again, Playboys, there you go. Just look at the photos. Read the articles later. But again, he has people telling him how to do his job. But I think that, behind the closed doors, there's the no dickhead rule, all that stuff, and the cussing and everything like that. The players are behind him. You can tell the players are behind him. And, knowing this league, whether it's going to be difficult or not, I think that, going into the season, I'm like, all right, Parkinson, let's see what you got in a good way. Not like, let's see what you got. Going back to the game we played on the weekend against Fleetwood Town, there were phases of there where I was like, oh, this doesn't look that good. In regards to like putting the ball long, things like that, not getting the ball on the deck. I think we missed Gio in there. I don't think that's how we're going to go about playing. We did put the ball up on the right side, and we had JM running into space. Dalby, for me, rumor is he's headed out to Oldham. Is that Oldham Athletic, I think? I could be wrong. We talked about it yesterday. That's fine. I wanted to be behind Dalby, and I will be if he stays. But if we need better players up front, I don't think the way we played against Fleetwood Town is how we're going to play. And I guess we want to get points on the board, obviously. But I don't think that's what we're going to about doing our business this season. I could see if it does happen, I'm still going to get behind him, but we will see. We want to get points on the board. I think it happens. I think it happens early doors. Let's see. Let me see here. Getting to some of the messages here before we move on. Also wondering, maybe anyone else from Wales here can answer that. But the fact that there's a new prime minister, what's his name? I don't know about that. That stuff I don't get into. Even if we get another attacker, the squad is just not there. Why? It just says why. That's what I'm saying. Why do you feel that way? I'd love to know. Let's dig into that. Even Lincoln has a better squad than us. Okay. Everyone is entitled to all their own opinion, but that's a big shout. They're good on game day when some of this is stupid. Aaron says, "That's it. I'm buying a Rotherham kit to wear for the next stream. Do it! I dare you, my friend. I love it." The article really pissed me off. I think the clickbait get the fans all riled up. Yes, there is all that. Macca for the bench. I don't know how we're going to do this. Maybe you put Macca in the midfield, but then you miss out a couple things. I think we need 7 on the pitch. I think Macca is going to play up front. That's what I think. Any striker options to buy? There's a few out there. Neil Walker and tons. Neil, but we're letting them slip by. Says Carol, talking about the strikers. And Opta Analysis Football Stats Company ran simultaneous simulations on this year's League One and predicted Wrexham becoming 20th. I saw that, and I think that's crap. But let's talk about that in a second. Let me finish this article about Parkinson, and then we can move on to other things. All right. So keep it coming in the chat, and we'll talk about it. Here we go. So it goes on to say, let's see. Although the Reds will come up against the likes of Birmingham, Huddersfield, Charlton next season, Smith is predicting another promotion push. There we go. Getting promotion from any league is extremely difficult, but Phil has done it twice, and there is nothing to say that we can't be challenging again next season, said Smith. He arrives at the racecourse of 2001 and left January 27th. It's harder. It gets harder each league you go up, but I think they have every chance. I think they do too. I really do. What I'm saying is we shouldn't go into the season being negative. We shouldn't go into the season like, why? I totally appreciate you coming in and having your say. Having it's like, it's just not there. To be fair, you're right. We're not there up front. But the rest of the pitch, we're stacked. We are stacked. We have solid players. We have players that have been in this league and up, and they're coming down to it. So if we can sort out the top, the strikers, the attackings, the cams, I know we have Elliott Lee. I feel like we have a really good chance. I really do. That's my thought. Again, that according to there are some massive clubs in the division, but that doesn't mean they can't. And I would expect them to be right up at the top 8. Then it's according to how your injuries go and other things. But I am sure they will be disappointed that they are not up and around that area, says Smith. The wind is behind them at the moment, and everything is going their way. There's a feel-good factor around the club of North Wales because of it, and looking at other, as a former manager, it's absolutely fabulous. The support is brilliant. Going back to back when I was there was great. Going back to it, so that's what I wanted to bring up there, and I wanted to say like it's Parky time. Let's go full Ted Lasso. Let's go full Ted Lasso. Albeit when it's the hope that kills you. When they went up against Man City, no spoilers, they got absolutely hammered. I think it was 5-0. I don't obviously that's a fictional story, but then what I'm saying, like I believe that that factor. You hear the players coming in, you want to be at this club, and they're fighting for the badge, fighting for the town, fighting for the club. I feel like that's it. And I think Parkinson will set the tone, and I want to set the tone on Saturday with the kickoff against Wycombe Wanderers. I want to go there and I want to make a statement. Last season, we got kicked right in the nuts right out of the gate. I don't think that's going to happen again. I really don't. I just have a funny feeling for that. Yep, Jordan Tunnicliffe to Sully Hill Morse. That's what I think is happening. Let me pull this down, get to some of the chat, and here we go. Thanks, Carol. New Welsh. Okay, here we go. New Welsh Sports Minute has a no bearing on football. Yes, there you go. Yeah, no politics, no religion. That's where we stay here. Hi, from Reed from SoCal. How are you? Lincoln. Lincoln lost their best 2 to 3 players and haven't replaced them adequately, in my opinion, but to each their own. Carol in HR says, Oldham make a good sense for Dalby. He's only ever scored in against National League or lower opposition of a regular game time where he's used the right role that would benefit Oldham. Yes. Listen, if Dalby stays and if he does go, fine. If he goes, I think it says other things that we're going to be signing other players, 2 to 3 more. Will we get someone? This is probably a Welsh Techie question. He's more dialed in than I am. Techie, will the printer be going on before Saturday? Let me know. Thoughts. Lexi says, exactly. Why be negative at the beginning of the season? It doesn't start until this weekend. Yes, this is the glory time. We're flirting. We're out. We're courting each other. We're going to go out. We have to believe, and I want to get behind it and believe. And I think Parkinson. It starts with Parkinson, and then it starts with the team filling in around him and believing in it. So there we go. Looking at the Phil records, we are the only team he managed over 50% winning records in his time as a manager. Jordan Tunnicliffe with Silly Hill Morse talked about that. Okay. Aaron says, I posted this in the Discord, but I'll say it here. Last season, a Derby went up automatically, and their top score was only 14 goals in the league. Defense is important, and we have a good one. Yeah, that's so. He said yesterday that we did replace the people we lost: Tozer, Hayden. Who else went out? Tunnicliffe went out. We replaced those guys with Scarzy, and we replaced with Brunty, and Max got another deal. So all those things we're replacing what we lost. What we did, and no discredit to some of the players that went out, there was a drop. When we didn't have our starting 11, there was a drop. The lads that we got so far, there isn't a drop. Seb comes right in, plays left wing back, right wing back all day. He could play that, very confident in him. From what we hear about Scarzy, he can come in, he could play right in the back line right away. I think Brunt's a good guy too, good player as well. Haven't seen a bunch of him, but his pedigree from where he came from, he's a player. He's an absolute player. So midfield, Dobson, absolute player. I still think we have a really, really great midfield. We're probably one player short in the midfield and probably 2 strikers if Dalby, Bickerstaff, and Billy Waters do go out the door. So is it 2 to 3 players? I don't know. I'm going to check that we need to go out, but we need to be cognizant of the 22, which is a ridiculous deal, by the way. Wrexham form in USA was good enough to feature. Wrexham's form in the USA was good enough to feature in Division 1. Absolutely, and we need to play that way. We didn't play that way against Fleetwood Town. Probably the fact it was hot, trying to get some legs out there. People only, trying to get fit, not fully fit, back to 100%. But you're right, we didn't play great against Fleetwood Town, and what I saw in the U.S. is not indicative of how I think we should be playing. Dobson did get on the ball a little bit more. Fleetwood Town just kind of came to, they're still in preseason. I get it. People didn't want to get hurt. Understandably so. I understand all that. So good shot, Neil. Lexi Carrera says, I think the few lads who aren't up to the job are going to see more bench time this season, as you did to get a lot of good players. We have a few faster and more aggressive players, which is what we needed. Yes, we need to keep Dobson on the pitch, and we need to keep Macca on the pitch. There you go. Has to happen. Everett Game says, Neil Walker Wrexham form is good enough for a championship, in my opinion. Good shout there. Correct. Ever Game. Lexi also says, my prediction at the beginning of this campaign, we go up first, second tiers, which we did. I wasn't sure about tier 1, League 1, but now I believe we can make it. I think we'll stagnate in Champions League. We're not going to Champions League for sure. League 1 at the time. Okay, so that's that. All right, moving on a little bit here. Before we get to the couple articles here, also, we'll flip back and forth here a little bit. There is ticket news on there. Again, this is a news and update show, Wrexham News and Update show. There you go for everybody. If you're not watching live, check it later. The show's catered to be a little bit, to be interactive, so things like that. I know people watch it later, so thank you all very much. So fantastic stuff. Ticket news: Peterborough United away. Tickets on sale from Wednesday. That is tomorrow at Banksy boy's totally sleeping, making noise. Tickets for our third away trip on the 24-25 campaign against Peterborough United will go on sale tomorrow. Ticket holders and club members from Wednesday, August 7th. Remember, it's just as tough to get a ticket away than it is at home. I know there's a lot of stuff going on with the fan zone at home in the Cop. I'm not fully educated on it to make an opinion yet, but we'll talk about it as we go. But this Peterborough tickets are going on sale tomorrow. Obviously, they've allocated an initial 1,563 tickets in the main stand at the Weston Homes Stadium. 70% of the tickets initial allocation we made available to season ticket holders, with the balance of tickets holding for the members. So get your memberships, and this tickets will go on sale from 10 a.m. tomorrow, August 8th. And these are going to be coming thick and fast. I do like that they do update there. There's travel. I'm not sure how far away it is, those of you that are going. So just keep in mind that's what's happening. Just want to keep everyone up to date on some of those things as well. Okay, moving back over to the leader. You see Elliot Lee and Mullen there. We're going to talk about that in a second. But this is one. This is the other one I saw top of the show that I wanted to take up to. Wrexham won't win third promotion in a row, says Don Goodman. Here's another side of things. Here's another side of things. He said articles. It's good to have balance. I wanted to get it out there so we can have the debate, have the conversation, and that's why saying like, hey, I don't think we're good enough. That's great. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Don Goodman does not think Wrexham will be promoted this season, as he has told Hollywood owners Ryan Robb to be realistic when the Reds make the step up to League One. Parkinson finished size. Okay, going on. Okay, although they are tipped to push for at least a playoff spot in 24-25, former striker Goodman, who played for the likes of West Brom, Sunderland, Wolves, says the step up is bigger than what Wrexham have ever experienced, and it would be unfair to expect more success immediately despite high expectations at the racecourse. Right? Good, decent shout. That's kind of what Y was saying earlier, too. However, the 58-year-old said on Sky Sports EFL expert pundit, he's not a local pundit, he's an expert pundit, choose your poison, says that the Reds could become contenders if they make a good start to the season. Now he's talking about both sides of the ass. There you go. He told OLBG.com, whatever the fuck that is, there's always pressure on Wrexham, having made the jump from the National League to League One pretty seamlessly. That's not true. It's not seamless. We worked our asses off to do that. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't seamless at all. It was a big feat. Big feat. I think this is where it gets harder, he goes on to say. The gap between League Two and League One is way, way bigger jump than we previously encountered. And we expect that. That's why we're still putting our side together. And that's why the manager is putting things in place so we can do well. And, there you go. Paul Mullen has had surgery, so they'll be without him for a little while. Expect him back probably mid-September, let's see. But if Wrexham can hit the ground running and use the crowd as the 12th man, they could be on the periphery and pushing for promotion. But it would not be fair on Wrexham and Phil Parkinson to expect them to arrive in League One and blow teams away every week. Hopefully the owners will carry their realistic view. That's not what we're saying. I don't expect us to go out there and kick ass and blow teams away 5-0, 6-0, 6-1, whatever. Our defense is good. I think we're gonna have a lot of clean sheets. Our defense is good. Our back five and AO are very, very good. So if we can keep the scoring down on the other side and get our feet under us, bigger, stronger, and faster, going up, great. If players aren't playing well, I hope that Parkinson takes an opportunity, because we have the players to sub them out, especially in the midfield and up top, and maybe he sticks to a 60-minute sub. But I do expect us to go and make a difference. We're gonna with Mullen out, hitting the ground running means that we need to have JM scoring goals. We need to have goals from the midfield, and like we had Max Johnny on the spot this weekend, scoring off the header, the flop dar on goal. So we need goals all over the pitch. Elliot Lee did step up, had 16 goals last season, 24 goals for Mullen when he came back. Probably would have had 30 if he was back full time. So we need goals to come from other places. Going on to say, if they got off to a good start, anything is possible. But in my opinion, the gap from League Two to League One is a lot bigger than the gap between National League and League Two. Our odds are Birmingham are odds on. Bolton are second. Rotherham are 5-2. Huddersfield, Charlton, Barnsley. We are sitting at 5-1, I believe, underneath the Posh. So sitting in the middle of the pack, 5-1 odds. Listen, those are odds. It all matters what's going on the pitch. That all matters what happens on the pitch. Let's get to the notes here too. I see everyone. U.S. women are going to play for gold. That's right. I saw that. Welsh Techie said the dangerous Wrexham AFC off the field isn't ready for the championship level. We're ready. We're already playing catch up and staff shortages in a system that needs upgrading. Very true. He's very connected to the club, so he has a good beat on that. Good shout right there. Right now, there's a lot of tickets issues. Wrexham home games. Locals don't like the new fan area part of having someone out of the town to get contract on their food. There seems to be some issues going on with the fan zone. A little bit of pushback. I wonder if they're going to listen. I know there's something with what they're bringing in with the food mentioned there. I don't have all of it too. I always get the 48-hour rule, so I'm sure there is something out there. There's things that I don't know. I don't want to make a comment on it, but I know things are happening. Then you see, our problem is not the defense. Our biggest weakness is transition and finishing. Yes. In that note, you can't have, JM, when he got his goal, he tracked back, made the tackle, put the ball through, and he did get his goal. We need more of that stuff, but we need the midfield to be doing those things, as well. So the transition game, we didn't, in the Fleetwood game, as you know, we didn't break. Why? That's why I believe we need to use Barnett and Seb on the wings, even Bolt, I would say, on the right, to push and get those balls in the box and press forward. If we do that, we get on the front foot, we could do well. Our defensive line is going to be great. Dobson sitting in the middle of the park, breaking up play, awesome. So I'd be a little bit more adventurous. I hope he's a little more adventurous. Y says, Josh, I really want to go back to back, but this year the level of competition is really hard. 9 and 13 is where I honestly think we'll finish. 9 to 13. Okay, so you're thinking just outside of it. Okay, great shout. Good shout. It goes on to say, I really want to be positive, but to be realistic, do you think we have a better squad than Birmingham, Huddersfield, Rotherham, Bolton? Do they gel together? Birmingham needs to come in. Huddersfield coming down. Again, the fact of them coming down. Rotherham coming down. Bolton coming down. That's a good one. And, more I would need more analyzation of the teams to be like, yeah, I'm going on the fact that we have a core team and a manager has been in the league than the fact of do we have a better squad than that? Next, the best squad doesn't always win. I mean, granted, you look at City, okay, that's a different story. But the best squad doesn't always win. So that's my counter to that for the argument. And again, everyone's entitled to their opinion. Evergame. So that's Prem 2028, guys. This is not realistic. Evergame Studios is agreed. Frustrating sometimes. There always are times to score and they don't take a second focus and kick with the willy-nilly. Yes. Mid-table or playoffs is a perfect this year. And Aaron says, I'm feeling good about this year, but I'm happy with the top half finish with the squad we have now and with the squad improvement for the playoff push. This is the best League One has been for years. It is going to be a tough season. I'm not saying that. It will be a tough season. Patty Powers in the house. How you doing? Hello. How are you? I bet Scarsy will play instead of O'Connell. There's players I believe that have come into the squad that I don't know how they're not going to be in the squad. He's one of them. Seb's the other. Dobson, he's going to play. Likes him. It doesn't matter if we have a better squad. It's a matter of players playing together in the day of the match. Good shout again. No striker will finish mid-pack. Will Ambo, we will get a striker, if not 2 or 3 in. I guarantee that. This year is a great year to go up as we have half team out of contract next summer. Good shout there too. Think about it this way. We're going to need to revamp next year anyways. There's a lot of players out of contract. We have our core players. I think AO, Lee, Mulls, Dobson, Scarsy maybe, and Seb all signed contracts, and they're going to be extended. Those are. And I think Evans has another year's contract. So I think we're going to push. I think if we can get some players in, good shout yesterday. I think it was Techie that said it, or Patty that basically said that the teams what we're looking at to get our players from, our strikers and maybe the cams, our offensive strikers, they're bigger clubs than us probably. They're probably in championship, if not the Prem. They're sorting out their team first, and we will get our trickle-down effect and probably get our players. So I would love to see another player come in. Not that he would hit the ground running. Let's say it is a striker. Not that he would hit the ground running on Saturday because Parkinson probably won't play that player. Bringing somebody in if it's tomorrow, like a Wednesday on a Saturday, probably not going to happen. But I do believe that we're not done yet. I keep saying that we're not done in our signings. So all great shouts, all great conversations to have. I want to go up this season. I fully believe in it. And I'll probably clip it. I'll be proved right or wrong we're going to see what happens. I'm going to see what happens. O'Connor is our best defender. I think Scar and O'Connor are locked on as starters for us, which means that you're going to have to either put Max on the bench or because no, he'll start Max. He'll start Max in the start of the season. He will for sure. And then I just don't. You got to get Evans. I think Stash is going to be the one that's going to miss out. I think Stash will be the one that's missing out. Lexi says, I can't wait to see how I feel about Mullen after the season. Also, depending on if we can get one of these strikers that has been in the news. Yes, and as you see right there as well, we can't rely on Moles' 24 goals alone. I don't think Ollie can do it. Ollie can't give us 15 goals. JM could give us 15 goals. He needs to put the ball in the back of the net. He could have had 3 this past weekend. He's got to put those chances away. Dalby's definitely not going to do it. I really was rooting for him. Now that I'm seeing he might go out, I'm kind of like getting a little ice cold on it. Like, okay, you're going to go out? I'm not going to, okay, we'll see what happens. He might stay. I don't know. Decent hold-up play, but he doesn't put the ball in the back of the net. I don't think he has a shot on goal. I could be wrong. But anyways, Fletcher is an impact player at this point. He's great, but he's an impact player because of his age. And Bickers and Waters are probably going to leave anyway, so that's a moot point. Paddy Power goes on to say, the potential advantage having 6-7 playoff teams is they can take points off each other, allowing for lower points to be acquired. Yes, you got to think about it too. If it's going to be a shit show, like a food fight, people are going to be taking points off each other anyways. It's not going to be one of those seasons where it's going to be like 108 points or something like that. There's a lot of good teams in there. We all got to see how they're going to gel. We got to see how they're going to gel too. We will be doing watch-alongs of other teams too during the season, whether it be League One and Championship. So we'll be able to see a lot of the teams for sure. To be clear, I think it's great striker, but not sure how we'll do it in this league. Can't be a drama queen on the ground every 5 seconds. Well, there you go. Lexi's going all in on it. Oh, and on that note, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this article here. Striker, we'll talk about Paul Mullen. There you go. Lexi, nice transition there. Good shout. Striker Paul Mullen's crazy times while at Wrexham AFC. Paul Mullen has described this 3 years as crazy. Red Striker has scored 105 goals in 140 appearances since joining Wrexham from Cambridge in 21. It's been crazy. The last 3 years have been mental, says Paul Mullen, who has won Golden Boots back-to-back promotions player of the season and top the month awards. See, Lexi, don't count him out, bro. Don't count him out. He also has written his autobiography as Welshpool and Wrexham co-owner Ryan Reynolds' latest Hollywood blockbuster movie. Yes, he's in there. I wouldn't have believed everything that's happened when I first signed, added Mullen, who has missed Saturday's match to kick off because of his back surgery. We think he's going to be on the grass Thursday. We'll see. We'll probably get pictures of him on Thursday through the club today. They were out there today too. Not much. We go back to that in a second. This is their X account. There's Elliot Lee. This is them today.
Yeah. Do you think it's going to score the most fantasy EFL points this season?
Me? No, my bookings will take a. You know what? You know who I'm going to go for? Big Arthur. Clean sheets. Arthur.
Clean sheets. There you go. Interesting. There it is. So go check that out on their X account. He says I wouldn't believe everything what happened when I first signed. Obviously, the documentary has been great success. This is Mullen again. And I've always wanted to write a book, but I was expecting to do it in another 10 years, he says. Okay. Then to appear in Ryan Reynolds' film, it's just crazy. Going to be going to the cinema to watch it and thinking that's me there. Filming was a phenomenal experience. It is fun. If you ever get the chance to be on set or, sometimes it's a pain in the ass, but there are some really great things that happen, and it's kind of magic. But the most important part of my time here has been all about what happens on the football field. Experiencing back-to-back promotions and the celebrations we've had and celebrating the fans, that's what matters the most of all of us. So he did say yesterday he's feeling better. He said he couldn't even get his socks on the next day after a game. So I think if we do see the full potential of Mullen, granted, he's been injured and he's been taking medicine. If we do see it, I say full potential. Guy's an absolute stud, and he's injury-free. We could see something special. Let's get him back to full, but we need people to pick up the slack while he's gone. So goes on to say, experience back. Okay, cool. Yeah. So let's see how that goes. All right. Let's get to some of your notes here. Oh, I'll do this one first. Patty Power says, Parky will take the excuse of giving new players time to see the senior players can step up to the challenge from day one. I agree with that. I don't know if it's an excuse. I think that's just how he's old school to do that. The only guy I think he's going to get in there first off the bat is going to be Dobson. I don't think he's going to drop Dobson. But the rest of them I think will work the way in. I'm wondering if Scarzy won't start on Saturday, but I think he'll work his way in, and I think Seb will obviously work his way in. I don't think Merritt it is, to be honest, says Lexi. And Parky should go with tried and tested for Saturday. Getting the win to start the season is important. Yes, I think he's going to go tried and true with people he trusts. But I do think Dobson will be on the pitch. That's a good point. And the other teams will get injuries too. Yes. Carol in HR says, it's going to be an absolute grind bloodbath of League One. So many solid teams. Yes, it's going to be a food fight. Max is young and on a longer-term deal. Won't hurt him to sit until injuries happen and we can have him come in. I think O'Connell, Tom O'Connell, Stash, Scar, O'Connell will be the back three. That's a possibility. I don't not like that. I think the back line is awesome. That center three is great. For me, I would put Scarzy, O'Connell, and Max to start. And then I like Brunt too. I like a little bit of Brunt there too. It would be very harsh to leave Max out of the first season preseason he's had. O'Connell has to fight for his place. Very true. Very true. Very, very true. O'Connell might be the one, because he was injured, might be the one that will miss out, even though he's a great player at the start. But again, how do you keep Scar in the lineup if he is who we think he is? But we'll have to see. Good shout out there. Lexi says, we need to come back on and not slow to get his groove back. Last year, that was highly stressful for the fans and a result for the team. I believe he's talking about, she's talking about, what's his name? Mullen. And then, hey guys, what's up? What's up? Busy day. HUVEZ. How you doing? Was busy today. Hope you're well. Welcome. Some YouTubers predicted to win against Wycombe. I'll be one. I think we're going to win. I'm a YouTuber. Put that in your pike. Wayne Evans, what's going on? Morning, all. How are you? Good to see you. Local pundit member. Smash a like on the video. Also, to subscribe if you haven't. I think we're like 24 away from 1,000. So let's get over that 1,000 mark. Really helps us out. Again, everything we do goes back into the channel, and producer and we'll be happy. There you go. October till New Year will be a very good period for us. We have many winnable games. We need to come out of the gate and kick ass right off the bat. I don't think O'Connell on the outside need pace. O'Connell will sit in the middle. I think O'Connell will sit in the middle, and I would put maybe Scars on the left, and then put Max on the right of that three. Sorry, nope, don't agree, Aaron. Too many new players, and I feel are better. McLean also pointed out the resolute defense in the new video today. Yes, he did. I got to sneeze 1 second. Oh, hold on. Sorry. Sorry about that. Oh, excuse me. Apologies. There you go. I think that's the first sneeze on the show. Well done. There we go. The bigger question is what, says Welsh Techie. The bigger question is who is in the midfield. All right, let's go to the midfield. Who do you got? Mansfield forums claiming that we've signed Karamateri on loan. Send a link. Let's see. Thank you very much, Welsh Techie. Thank you very much. Let's see. Did we get? What are the tell me the Mansfield Mansfield forum, Mansfield Town. Town forums. Okay. Is this it? Is it Stag Chat? Where are you at? Let me know. I'll look it up. Scar is a natural center half. Thank you, Welsh Techie. Bless me. Scar, EOC, Max are back three for the game one. I don't think he's going to start Scar. I would like him to, but I don't. I think what Techie said earlier, he's going to start his tried and true. I think that's what's going to happen today. We have 2 days to get 24 subscribers, maybe a 24-hour live stream. Yes, we do have 2 days. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get over the line. Check your Discord, Josh. Yes, live TV. Does anyone want to come in and have their say? I'll pop in. There you go. Always welcome. Dobson, Lee, Macca. There you go. What the fuck? What Banksy? Hey, Banksy boy. Let me see here. Here's Banks. There's Banks. There he is. Okay, checking the Discord. Sorry. 1 second. Why is okay? Peter O'Rourke. I'll bring it up here now. Thank you. EFL signing Wrexham forward Jake Bickerstaff. All right, a number of EFL and National League clubs are keen on signing Wrexham forward Jake Bickerstaff on a permanent deal for this window. Good, get him out. Sorry, in a good way. I mean that. Newport. Okay, that's cool. Let's get him out then. Let's get him out. Get him out so we can bring players in. There's K-Ron. K-Ron with no eyebrows on my feed there. Let's see here. Lexi says, I wanted a kid from Tottenham. Oh, well. A2Z, this is talking about the midfield. 1 second. Jesus. Yes, I do have pants on. Ravon, Lee, Dobson, Cannon, Barnett will be the midfield. I would love that. I actually like that midfield. Aaron says Evans, Lee, and Dobson. That's a good shout. That's a good shout too. I think Evans, Lee, and Dobson is a great shout. Daniel Moore says, what about 4-4-2? Scar, O'Connell, Max, and Stash, Seb, Macca, Bernie, Marriott, Pump. Okay, I do my best to read what that means. So you're saying Scar, O'Connell, and Max, Stash, Seb, Macca, Bernie. I don't know who the fuck Bernie is. Marriott and Palmer. Is Bernie? I don't know who Bernie is. But that's that Palmer. I can't put Palmer in there. My typing does suck. Yes, it's worse than mine. Dobson, McLean, Scar, Lee. Some combo of those three. Sex Lexi. Aaron's gonna come on. Give me a minute. No, come on. Okay, cool. I'll be here. And 4-4-2 says Daniel Moore. Parky will either use Dobson or Evans 100%. Parky will always use holding midfielders in the middle of the midfield three. Yes, I believe that. Oh, somebody's moving around. I see you, Patty. I think he's getting in. Are you? Give me the. I think he's on the street. Uh-oh. Walker.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Can you hear me? Good.
We loud and clear.
Yo.
What do you talking about the midfield? What do you think? In the back. What's the starting lineup at this point? I guess. There you go.
Yeah, I think very few of the new players are going to come in from the start. They'll be subbed on later in the game. He'll go tried and true. He will test how well the older players do in the first couple of matches, because it's an easy time to do it. If you start with the new guys now, it's not as easy to pull them back out.
Yeah.
Whereas it's much easier to let the more senior guys get the game time, see how the matches progress, and if someone needs to be changed, then you replace them with the new guys. Mm-hmm. And if the new guys are significantly better, then you push them into the team.
Yeah.
But yeah, as the comment I made, like it's not an excuse, but it's the easy option.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, what do you do? If you pull the old guys out now, you'll never know how good they are to start.
Yep.
And if they get a couple of games where they do well, then it clearly shows that they're up to the standard straight away.
I think hey, Paddy Power's back. Yes, he's always here. He's always here.
I never left.
Yeah, he never left. Dobson and Evans together is too defensive. Away, but not at home. I think the only exception is going to be Dobson. Dobson will be starting on Saturday. I think that's the only one of the new players. I like the other players. I think Ravon should be starting, but I don't think he's going to do that. I think he's not going to do that.
I assume we're not going to get a player in now, and if we do, they're only going to get a bit part at the end of the match. They're certainly not going to start.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to have to go defensive simply because our attacking team is not up to it.
Yeah.
At the moment. So it'll be very counter-attacking football. Even if it's at home, the players will be allowed to go attacking. Mm-hmm. But I could very well see both of them playing together and being more defensive.
Yep. Tess says, I think we are forgetting that we bounced back from struggling with Evans and Stash from an injury, and Stash just signed a 3-year deal. No, a player I think we like, and I think that was why we struggled, was when the two of them were out, we had no midfield. We had such a drop off. Now, but I think Stash needs to work his way back in. I guess we'll find out on Saturday, just because maybe he's not fit enough. I think Ravan is a must to start. I do too, but he's not going to do that. He's just not going to do it. Revan will start if Macca plays up front. I'm fine with that. What do you think?
Yeah. If Macca goes up front, then absolutely. And I definitely think Revan has the best chance of playing from the start.
Yep.
Out of all the new guys.
Over Dobson.
Absolutely.
Over Dobson.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I do. Because again, I think Parky is going to sit some of the new guys and bring them on at 65 minutes.
Yeah. Yep. Change the game. Hey, Aaron, what's going on? How are you?
Hey, what's up, guys?
How are you? You swapped. You're inside and he's outside. Usually you're in the car. Yep.
There you go.
Our front two starting lineup is interesting. I think it was Liam on the Fearless in Devotion podcast turned around and said that Palmer and McLean should start together up front. And I'm like, what?
Oh,
where on earth did you pull that from?
Oh, my God.
Yeah. I'm like, no way that happens.
But that's kind of where we're at. I don't think it'll happen.
I wouldn't mind.
No. It's Marriott and Dalby or Marriott and McLean.
I wouldn't mind McLean and Marriott, but Marriott's got to start.
I think he'll start Marriott. It's about who's going to start him.
Yeah, I think the most interesting attacking is Marriott and McLean together. That will be a nightmare for defenders. Because McLean will do something unorthodox as well, because he's not your traditional striker. He's going to go into odd places, and it's going to be up to the midfield to get the ball to him, instead of McLean being in the perfect spot. So I think McLean and Marriott could be magic fun up the front.
Has Wycombe done any? Have they made any good signings? Macca and Fast and Furious. Yeah, that'd be Fast and Furious. What a wonderful have.
A lot of people are predicting them at the lower end of the second half. So maybe outside of the relegation fight, but down nearby.
They got
So this is the type of match I would suggest is very winnable.
Yeah.
Or that we actually should be winning. We should be beating the lower end teams.
Yeah.
I actually think they've improved. I think they'll be better than what people are giving them credit for. I wouldn't be surprised seeing them right around 10th. So it may be a tough game. They didn't lose a ton. That's one thing I've been really paying attention to. A lot of people are talking about teams that they want, like Lincoln was brought up earlier. Well, Lincoln lost like their top 3 players, and they've brought players in, but you don't know that you're going to get the same production out. They lost basically the best goalkeeper in League One last season. He moved on. Their goalkeeper was like the best one in League One last season.
Okay.
So they replaced him, but you don't know that you're going to get that same level of of a player. And then
you have. Sorry to interrupt you. Guess who they do have? Who that is?
Bishop.
Yeah.
Here's their squad right here. Nothing stands out to me. I don't know any of these players, but you'll take a look at them later next year. So,
could you imagine McLean playing games with Bishop? That would be funny.
Yeah. Oh man, but
it's a little disappointing. Mullen's not going to be happy or healthy for that one.
Yeah. I going into this, I was like, I read those 2 articles earlier about, giving Parky praise, get behind him. And then the other guy's like, hey, he said, we gotta, it'll be out of putting that pressure on him. Like the pressure's already there. They're not going to go. And I think who said it? Was it you or one of you guys said it's like you don't go in and want to be in 4th at the bottom or something like that. And I think that's no. They're not going to. We'll see. We got to set our own tone. That's what I want to set our own tone. And our squad isn't done yet. But what are you hearing about this Kanamari guy? How do you say his name? Is this going to happen or what? Do we know anything about that?
It seems like it might. Kanamari.
Yeah.
It seems like it's down to 2.
All right. How do you even spell his name?
Martyri,
Martyri.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it's odd.
Okay. Football. Listen, we got it. But I mean, okay. John Ford. Yeah. I'm hoping. Of course, I can't find him. I'm hoping we get somebody in there. Even if we get somebody in, he's not going to play on Saturday. You know what I mean? Yeah. What about the goatee guy? What do you mean? What you mean, Aaron? What? Is he talking about you? That's Sheldon.
What's the good?
Yeah.
What's the goatee guy? I don't know.
Yeah, I shaved recently.
Yeah. Okay.
But I had the beard so lately, so
Yeah.
I'm not really a goatee guy.
Yeah.
Not at the moment.
No, but charcuterie. Yeah. Listen, we get somebody in. I hope that's good on loan. That's great. Like charcuterie. Yeah. But I'm excited. This is the time we need to be excited and need to, okay, let's go. So it's nothing, the midfield, I think, is solid, and the back line is solid. We have solid at the back. I don't know what combination he's going to do. My fear is going to start Dalby and JM up front, and I don't think that's a good idea. If Dalby goes, he'll probably start JM up front. Start JM and Mac up front, which means that he's going to have Ravon start. I would be fine with that. Yes, he's going to go to select.
Like that.
So we shall see. We shall see.
Yeah, I think. I think. Yeah, as far as like we were talking about earlier, the back line. I think you guys are right. I think we will probably stay with what he knows for now. I don't think Scar starts this week, but I think eventually we're going to settle into a back 3 that is Owen O'Connell and Dan Scar are levels above right now. Like those two, Owen O'Connell does not get the credit he deserves. His positioning is elite.
Yeah,
he gets in the way of balls that you're like a ball coming in the box and he'll knock it out. And you're like, where was he even at? Where did he come from? He just knows where to be. He's amazing. So don't sleep. Owen O'Connell's going to play. And I think if you get Scar and O'Connell on the pitch at the same time, that back 3 is, we will be one of the best defenses in the league.
Scar does play mostly on the right-hand side, though, doesn't he?
No,
because
Scar
I see
played
everybody
in the middle.
telling him on the left.
Scar played in the middle for last year. When he played in the back 3 last season. Now they did play him on the right. I think he played on the right hand side of a back 2. But when they played a back 3, when they played a back 3 at Plymouth, he played in the middle. But O'Connell can play on the right also. So that's why I went with TOC instead of Max, because I think you put TOC is better on the left, and he's so good with the ball at his feet. I don't think there's a big drop in between Max and TOC. I don't think there's a huge difference between the two. And so I think because TOC's more comfortable on the left, I think you play him on the left. And then I think you're
Scar in the middle.
And Scar in the middle or O'Connell in the middle, either one. Like I said, I think they can both play, but just because Scar played more in the middle, play him in the middle, put O'Connell on the right. Because at the beginning of last season, when Tozer was still playing, O'Connell was playing on the right, so he can play on the right. So I think that back 3 is where we can.
We kind of missed this one. Scar both left and right. We missed this the other day too. Yeah. So the manager is for Plymouth Argyle is Wayne Rooney. I totally missed that, and this happened the other day. He said, I think it's a good opportunity for his family. He said it's a good opportunity for his family to take. We had a good chat about it. He's been really good servant to the club, but it was the right time for him and maybe the club as well. Now it's an opportunity to go bring us someone else in. So, I mean, leaving, not that like Wayne Rooney is like the best manager ever. I totally forgot that Wayne Rooney was at. Sorry. Yeah. We also have Brunt. Brunt's going to be good too. At some point. Yeah.
So also what I heard about Scar is that he was out of favor with the team for periods. And apparently it's because he has stepped up to managers in the past. When they had a new manager and he came in, apparently he was extremely harsh on the players and extremely strict. And he's supposedly the one that stood up on behalf of all the players and said, this is not deserved. It's not needed to come in like this, heavy-handed on the team. And he basically lost his place for a while. So if he's that type of player, It I suppose makes some bit of sense that he would avoid playing with Rooney.
Oh yeah.
Because if he's that type of player who could
Yeah.
go that way, then maybe it's not the end of the world to miss out on Rooney.
Yeah. Palmer's okay. Here we go. Palmer is going to be a Fletcher replacement soon. Please God no. Fletcher won't get a contract in a year. Palmer takes his spot as number 4 or 5. I don't know if
Palmer won't be back next.
He will not be back next year.
No. But I'm very surprised that we actually ended up keeping Fletcher this season. I am actually looking at how things are going now and needing new strikers to come in. Like I wouldn't have kept Fletcher myself.
We have players. We do not have the right players. We have players. We do not have the right players. Up top, that is. Up top.
Yeah.
And if I could figure out how to spell this guy's name, I would look him up and we can look at him real quick. But I can't. Josh, have you thought about starting an EFL league? There is still time. I'm not good at that stuff. But I will be doing a EAFC 25 on the show. I'll be doing that, so we can watch that. We can do that together. But I'm horrible at that stuff. I'm terrible at it. But I think, did Racecourse do one, or did you do one? He might have done one.
Racecourse, yes. Racecourse has one. Rob Ryan Red has one. Who else has one? There's a couple. There's 3 or 4 Wrexham related ones.
One of the YouTubers. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, that comment is very interesting about him being too slow for the championship. Well, one, it may take us a couple of years to get up to the championship, but let's just assume we get up this season. Then you have this scenario where Scar becomes our bench player for depth in the championship, and we have to bring someone else in.
Yeah.
That's not the end of the world. He will still be a very, very good backup in the championship. And look, if we get up to the championship, it's most likely going to be through the playoffs. And I have said this numerous times about other teams as well. If you come up through the championship, you are in danger of getting relegated because normally you're coming up and you're not ready. So we have half a team that we're going to have to swap out next summer. So we're in a position and we have money to at least replace some of those players with very good quality for the championship. And with our goal being only to survive, which I believe has to be our first goal in the championship if you come up through playoffs, I think we should be able to comfortably do that.
Well, good shout right there too, Alexi. Not everyone has to be fast, but technically good players too. The team needs to mesh together too. And that goes back to the point that Aaron was saying too. John Terry was not fast. Okay, but his positioning was great. So the Scar thing not being fast, it's like, okay, that's not his job. His job, you take ball, I'll take man, be in a position, be there. So I kind of see that as being two sides of the coin there. Marie Fonseca, Fearless and Devotion. I had a poll with strikers to start 64%. You can't start Palmer. He might start Palmer. Who the hell knows? I don't know. And me, the wife, had one as well. Meeting those things. Okay. Hello. Can't stop. Just quick hello from Stockport fan. Jeez, I'm choking on that. Thank you, Stuart. Good luck to you guys as well.
Yep, you too, Stuart.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, they've made some great signings. They just got what's his name back to that little striker they had. They got hurt last season.
Louis Barry.
Yeah, Barry. I think they just got him in on loan again. So that's a big signing for them. That'll be big.
That's a great pickup for them.
Good.
Yeah,
he's really good.
Yeah.
As long as we're playing well, it's going to be a fun league.
So, yeah.
Stockport is going to be a very interesting comparison with ourselves this season because we both strengthened the squad. We both have ambitions in and around the same area. So we will be benchmarking off each other going through this season to see who's ahead of who.
Yeah. I believe, but as long as we hit the ground running there, so I'm still choking. E2Z EV says Mara and Maka. I think that's my preferred lineup right there, which brings Ravon in. So that's what I think.
That's the aggressive home match. Yeah. That would be
front foot.
That would be going for it. Yeah. Front foot
for sure. Bailey will come right. Okay. So for my lineup would be day one for me, and this is just me, and he's not going to do it. Ao, Ravon on the left. I'd start Scar. I'd start O'Connell, and I'd start Max, and I'd put what's his name on the right, Barnett on the right, Dobson, Evans, and Elliott, and I'd put Maka and I'd put JM up front. That'd be my starting lineup. He's not going to do that, but that'd be mine. That's what I think too. It's unrealistic to expect us to consistently sign players now that we expect to be the best of the championship. Our aim is to get players that are great for League One that can be okay in the championship.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I don't know.
I don't disagree with that. I think if you can get players playing for you that are top end of League One and are good, just good players in the championship, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's what you'd want.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of these players, you got to remember too, every year you're going to have players going out. At the end of this season, we've got, we got quite a few that are on the last year of the deal.
Yeah.
So there will be a lot of squad turnover. I mean, and I'm not saying we're going to go up this year. I don't know. I think I'd love to go up the season. I don't know if it's realistic, just especially with where we're at, not knowing what we don't know yet. Like, we're assuming we're going to get players in, but we haven't yet. So with the squad we have, I think we're probably not going to get promoted. But, what's a good squad? We're going to be fine. So, I think just getting players that can play at the top end of League One and then that are also good, once you move up, are good players, that's okay. And then you're going to have turnover. You'll have more, if you did go up, you'd go up and you'd sign players at that level, and keep going. So, but the championship's a whole different animal because the top end of the championship might as well be the Premier League and the bottom end is, high end League One. So it's the championships are a real crazy one just because of the amount of money spent at the top end.
Mm-hmm. If we do manage to go up this season, you have to assume that our midfield and our defense has worked, because we're not going to get up to those points if it hasn't. We're all very positive about the defense and midfield we have and how strong they look. So if it's the case that they actually succeed, that could push us up into the playoff spots and get us potentially promoted. If that's the case, we have a strong defense for the bottom end of the championship, and we will upgrade again. We will get more players in. So that is a good building ground for staying in the championship.
Build from the back too. Seems like Parky wants a loan player for the league. But that goes along with everything what I've heard as well. Who said it yesterday about the trickle down effect? Like, we're going from clubs above. Like that, when we heard about the guy from Newport, I'm like, we're not getting that guy. He wants people to come up, go down, not come up. Bruce says exactly bottom of the championship, top half promotion. Right? Yes. Ross says, then the second year, aim for top 10, more quality team. You're talking about next year. Next year, right?
Next year, yeah.
I did spell it. So if this is true, this 19-year-old kid, they said his game time, Katamateri. Okay, fine. Let's go. Let's get it done. If it's a loan, great. Let's see how good he is. I want to get him in. I'd love to get this kid in. Just anybody, because the whole thing, Palmer, like you said, Fletch can't play 90. He's an impact player for sure. Dolby hasn't impressed, even though I wanted him to be impressive. We need something, and if it's 2 to 3 people, that's the players. Okay, then that's what it's going to be. I'm trying to find it here.
Yep. Speed. We need some speed.
Yeah. We
need a big guy with wheels.
He's 185 meters. How tall is that? 185.
Is that around 6 foot-ish? 6 foot. He's not a giant. He's not a giant.
No.
Yeah, no, that's not huge.
No.
Yeah, that's 6 foot basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Attacking center forward. He's exactly what I would say, like profile wise, just on paper. So, 19 years old. I'd be thrilled if we get the kid from Tottenham. Yeah, he had something.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I'd prefer.
What's his name?
Will Linkshire. Linkshire. He's
Kieran Bowie,
and I want to say he was 6'2", 6'3", possibly. I think too. He's a little bigger, but he's supposed to have real good speed too.
Yeah, all the
he's-
talk is he is out of our league.
This
So
kid?
Probably,
Yeah,
he probably
that
goes to the
is-
championship.
yeah. So that would be an amazing coup if
Mhm.
we pull that off.
Yeah,
He's good, huh?
yeah, he's on the top of everybody's list. So, but yeah,
Thank you.
the more I check updates, I kind of go through Twitter about every other day just to see what the latest on him is. And he's on everybody's radar.
Okay. Well, there he is playing right there. I mean, I just want somebody. I want that age. I want that age bracket. You know, we still have McAtee out there. Can it be McAtee? I don't know. I don't have any ins. If we knew, I would know more.
That one's interesting. That McAtee one's interesting because I don't. He's a good player, and I'm not saying I don't want him. I wonder what the holdup is if we really want him. That's what I'm not understanding. That's what's kind of confusing me. Yeah, Wayne Evans, exactly. 6'3", fast and goals. Yeah. McGee, that McGee. Yeah, I wonder about McGee because he's talking about Benji McGee. He's from he plays in Ireland, I think. I just worried because I don't competition that he's been against. I don't know if it has been as good. So can he come in straight into League One and be and affect things? I don't know. I do like McGee though.
But wasn't he like just $100,000 ish?
This kid?
Yeah, he's not a ton of money. I think that. Yeah, I think somebody posted that the other day. It was $100,000, or I think I might have posted that article.
And what age? What age is he?
22.
22.
Okay, that's the caveat with it. Like the money is not the end of the world. They should be making guesses at paying 100 to spend to sell him off later if needs be. But he does take up a squad player. You know, that's kind of the issue. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
whereas we're just talking about Lancashire being 19.
Yeah.
Like I know he's on loan and we're not going to obviously get him to buy, but a kid like that having 3 years before he's actually a squad member.
Well, think about it this way: would you want that kid? That kid's playing in the reserve league. Lancashire, he's playing in the reserve league for Spurs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But but like he just said, he's young, and he doesn't take up a squad spot.
He did, yeah. So he can be pulled in at any match.
Yeah.
That's the thing. He can like any injury, he can be pulled out of the reserve team, put into the main team because it doesn't matter. Yeah. So that's the difference with sitting in a reserve for him.
Yeah.
Sure. That's the shot you take.
The way Clear has been stepping up on this play, I feel like I'm assuming that. I don't know. Lexi. Okay.
I love you, Lexi. I love you, Lexi.
Airfare players on loan take up squad. If they're young, players on loan take up the squad spots, even if they are young. Well,
no, they don't. If they're young enough, they don't take up a spot. 21. It's nothing to do with being a loan or not. If you're under 21, over 21, that's it.
So loan players don't take up on the 22.
They will.
Loan players count if they're old enough.
Right.
It's not about being a loan player. That's irrelevant.
Okay.
To the point.
So I mean, 21-year-old, 19. If we get somebody like that who can play, great. You know, I like that. I'm in. I'm on. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting. I don't know enough about the players, who they are. Maybe we'll get all three. Who the hell knows? That Kieran Bowie.
Buy Lancashire for £1 million and give him 20% fees back to his club.
Yeah.
If we sell him on.
Take him. We'll do something. I don't know. We might do something. I mean, maybe before Saturday, but we need to get something done. But again, you know, it just happened. Why don't we go and spending a spree at many 20-year-olds and get many 20-year-olds? Like he said in the article yesterday, they have players that they're targeting, Parkinson, but the fees that they're being asked for is astronomical, and that's the tax. That's the Wrexham tax.
If we weren't going for back to back, and it was more acceptable not to go up this season, like we're guaranteed pretty much we're not going to be relegated. are something tragic. So this would be a season where I would say bring in 4 or 5 young players, spend 100 grand, 200 grand, 300 grand on them, and then see where they go, see who can break into the team, see who can step up to the mark. And all you need is one of them to actually really do well, and that'll make up the money for absolutely everybody.
I think if we bring in a player at 21, 19, 20 years old, whatever it looks like, I believe that that's something we're looking at. Then I definitely believe that that Dalby will go out. What's Dalby? 24 years old, right?
Yeah.
He's not. It's almost like a slap in the face.
I think he's in his last year of his contract too.
Dalby?
Yeah.
If I remember right. So I think if he goes out on loan, that's it.
That's it. He'll become a free agent. Yeah.
Yeah, but those guys, I think we missed out on a lot of the proven strikers rather than trading kid for someone else.
McAtee would be the one. McAtee would be the one that we're still after. I don't understand what the holdup is on that one. Because I don't think he's a player that. Who's he with? I'm blanking on it. Was it?
He's with.
Can't remember who's with.
Luton.
Luton. Yeah, he's not going to play. I don't think he's going to play for Luton. So I don't know why that one. It seems like that's a deal we should be able to get done.
Well, he plays cam and second striker. He actually 100. He's 25 years old. That's a decent age.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. Yeah.
But that could still very well be Luton waiting until they solve their own issues with players.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. They're trying to figure out what they're going to do. We're second fiddle. At this
I
point.
just feel like here's my thing with it. Like for them, I think for them waiting on what they're going to do with McAtee would be like us waiting on what we're going to do with Billy Waters. He's not going to make the squad. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
McAtee was a decent League One player last year. He wasn't out of this world. So they're going to be at the top end of the championship, expecting to go back up to the Premier League. I don't see him getting in their squad. I don't see him being near it. That's
okay. That's a fair point. But my counterpoint to that would be that like his wages compared to the rest of the squad, they don't care either.
Yeah,
it's so cheap to have him sitting on the team.
Yeah,
if we do keep him, so what? So they don't need his wages gone. They can let him sit there and have him. That's not a problem.
Yeah, they got a parachute payment. You got a parachute payment. They got probably, he's 30, 40 million pounds, whatever the hell they got. Yeah. He's 35. McAtee's 35. 25, sorry. He's 25.
25, yeah.
Yeah. But, let's see. I think we're all right. A lone player, we don't want to train someone alone, but you never know. I mean, look what happened to AO. AO ended up staying,
Yeah.
Staying. Christina, I only follow Wrexham on Instagram and things have been eerily quiet today. What about X? It's been fairly quiet today. This is the only thing they had on today was just this video. That's about it. But they're just training. It's been fairly quiet today for sure. Whether that means anything, I don't know. But maybe tomorrow we'll see something. But we have to. I think it's got to be out to go in. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will Evans seemed like a good fit too, but now he's at Mansfield. But
I never liked the Will Evans signing.
I don't. I think people are coming down; they're not coming up. That's what I think. One betting house has Wrexham 7-2 to get promoted. Another has Optus. Not sure the correct name. Supercuda has done 1,000 league simulation. We'll finish dead last. Yeah.
Yeah. Those supercomputers do not seem to have any understanding of the teams that have come up.
Yeah.
This season, at least. Mansfield doesn't seem to be doing too great, to be honest. They could be in trouble. Now, I think they'll survive. But they might be close.
Yeah, well,
it helped. Yeah, but
because I think that's what they were lacking. I think they were lacking in goals. They needed some goals in that team, and I think he brings them. I think he would have been a good signing for us. I don't think he would have been outstanding. I think we've got our eyes on bigger things. Yeah, I think that's. But I wouldn't have been unhappy with signing him.
But they let DKD go as well. So that's
Yeah.
not a great sign.
I think
No.
Waters is leaving. I think Bickerstaff is definitely going to leave. That's true. What you sent me in there, and then if Dalby's going to go, then I think we got maybe two big players coming in. I would say. I think technically we don't need to wait until someone goes out and brings someone in. Right? There's no limit right now. Am I wrong? I think it's about registration. Is that correct?
Yeah, the
that doesn't happen
registration
till,
is
like,
the only
week
limit.
after. It's like the week after the window closes is when
window
you have
closes,
to register your team, I think.
Yeah. So in a worst case scenario, if we could not get rid of anybody, I think we will still make the signings. Like, I don't think those players going out are an absolute must before we will sign the new players.
Yep.
It's just costly if it happens like that. And obviously they would like to do it in the correct order, but I think they would sign the new players, bite the bullet on the contracts, and just drop some people out of the 22.
Yep.
And that's it. Sorry, guys, down to the reserves. If they had to. They don't want to, of course. And it's not good for the players, but...
Yeah. But,
Right.
yeah.
I don't see, like, the Dalby move. If Dalby goes to Oldham, I don't see that happening until we sign somebody. Because he's a player that could play for us.
He's a player that could play.
If we don't get somebody in. Now, Waters and Bickerstaff, I think those guys, you go when they can go. No big deal.
I think they know they're leaving too.
Yeah.
The supercomputers are bad as YouTubers predicting and hating on League Two teams. I didn't hate anybody. Bickerstaff should be provided more time. It could be a season-long loan. He's got to be sold. He's got to be let go. Who's the team you just sent to me that he's going to go? Do you think he's leaving to go where?
There was several. Apparently, there's several with interest. So
permanent.
I don't think. Yeah, permanent interest. So.
The several teams. Newport, maybe Swindon. I don't know. But bookies overcompensate, get the punters a bet more. Absolutely, team 1 and 2.
Yeah, for the bookies, it's about balancing the books. That no matter who wins, they don't pay out more than all the other bets they have. So it's not about predicting the correct result for them. It's about making money. So the bookies are never very reliable. But the only thing it does do is it shows the opinion of the people gambling. So if people believe a team is going to do well, bets will go on them.
Yeah, all the money is on Birmingham. Okay, fine. Let them have a little bit more pressure on them. They're spending a lot of money and all that crap. Let them have it. So
see, that's one thing that'll be interesting to see. Like, I know we have a tough start to our season, but I think as far as squads go, we have one of the most settled squads, at least in the back, like the midfield in the back.
Yeah,
we're very settled, so we may be ahead of people there. Where a Birmingham, they've looked good in the preseason, but they've got to get all those players to play together. You know what I mean? And that may not happen overnight. It may happen overnight, but they may just be so good that they tear everybody up. But I mean, generally, you would think you got to get those players to play together. So it wouldn't surprise me for Birmingham to drop a few games, early, and then the pressure is going to get on them. People are going to be like, "Oh no, they're not," But I think by the middle of the season, they'll be on fire.
Yeah, the script isn't written yet. There's going to be a lot going on there too. Sorry,
and it's a brand new coach too. This is his first manage as the head manager. He's never been the head guy. So
a lot of gelling we have. That's right. I think our work sort of we have momentum and we're settled. That's why I'm like, all right, time to part. Like Parkinson, this is Parkinson time. He's they're not going out. They're not making huge, like, holy shit, I can't believe we went after that guy. We're actually saying, holy shit, I can't believe we went after that guy. And they're like, oh, wow, that's a really, really clever signing. Scars, Seb, Dobson, those guys. That's why I feel like once we round out the squad up top, we still have to shape shift up top a little bit. But once we round that out, I'm like, okay, this is going to all make sense. Brunt, bringing AO in, you know what I mean? Not having someone come in and, like, figure out how to be a keeper. Keepers need time to settle like everyone else. So I think it's very, very, very cool. Great note there. Wayne says, nobody mentions Cannon at the moment. I thought he was one of our best at the end of the season. Where does he fit in now? Well, Parkinson likes him. We know that.
Yeah, I think I know when I posted my midfield earlier, and then Welsh Techie said that he thought it was a little too defensive. I went defensive on purpose. I think that's our strength, and I think we should play to that. But if we're going to go attacking, I think you do drop one of the more defensive type guys, and Cannon comes in. Cannon was absolutely one of our best players at the end of the season.
Sure.
And I think that like I said, I think for me, and this is my opinion, I think our defense is our strength, and I think we should play to it. And I also think that Dobson can play a little further forward if he needs to. You know what I mean? But he's got to play though. So, yeah, I don't know. Cannon, you're not dropping Lee. I don't think anybody's dropping Lee. So, even though maybe he should, maybe towards the end of the season, maybe he should have been dropped. I don't know. He struggled towards the end of the season, but he was wore out. So
he was tired. Yeah.
You know? Yeah, he was wore out. I mean, I think he played like 4,200 minutes or something, 4,100 minutes. I can't remember. It's a lot.
I think his back
three.
He did. I think his back three is going to be Evans, O'Connell, and Max. I think that's what he's going to go with.
Evans.
Don't forget as well. With our first 6 matches being on the more difficult end of the spectrum, just because we have the easier of those 6 matches first, like you kind of need to get into a rhythm that we've got some big teams coming. Yeah. So it won't do any harm to go a little bit more defensive with that weaker team and get the breaks and get the goals as we need them, but be ready then to play the exact same style against the stronger, bigger teams that we're going to have straight off next.
Yep.
Evans, Cannon, Dobson, defensive mid. Yeah, Dobson, I think, hands down, will be in the pitch on the pitch day one. Minute 1, he'll be there. Yeah, he's not going to. I think so. And talking about Lee, he's gassed last season. I think we just used him too much. There's some starts of this. There will be some starts based on matchups opposing side. E.g. sides rely heavily on set pieces. Just call out for Scar. Yeah. And Tesla says since we don't seem to have any backup for Lee, Cannon slot in for Lee on rest days. What about Cannon, Evans, and Dobson, or Cannon, JJ, and Dobson? Would those ever work?
Yeah, I think so. They can all those combinations. Our midfield is very good. JJ can play. Everybody sleeps on him. James Jones can play.
Yeah,
he's a good player. So don't sleep on him. I think there's so many combinations you can go with, and it just depends on who you're playing, who needs the rest, we've got depth. That's the one thing that we didn't necessarily have last year that we have an abundance of this year. Like there are so many options that it may take a while to find our 11. You know what I mean? We may not have that perfect 11. It may move as the season goes, and it's gonna be different. So it'll be interesting.
The one thing we don't really have though is direct cover for Lee. So Parky does need to figure out how he wants to move around his team a little bit to give Lee a bit more time off.
Could be Dobson.
Because it could be Dobson. Like we said, we have cover everywhere. Yeah. So covering for Lee probably isn't going to be a swap of one player. Yes. It might end up with 2 or 3 players rotating into different areas. But Parky needs to figure out what he's going to do to give Lee a break, because you can't do to him this season what you did last season. No, I think it's another step up. We have to give it to him, give him a break.
Yeah, I think right now with what's in the squad, I think Davies is the natural swap for Lee. It's just I don't think Parky trusts him, and I don't think he'll play him. And I think that was the problem last season, and I don't see it changing this season. Just because, and I know he's looked good in the preseason. I mean, I don't know. I don't think the Tiger changes his stripes. You know what I mean? Parky doesn't trust him, I don't think. So but if we get McAtee in, McAtee is also a natural player who can play that position. So, but that's another what if. You know, I mean, now
I think we definitely too many news on it. Well, I think that's a good shot right there. I think so too. And John says, and I got to jump in a couple minutes here. If Parky stays from his 4-3-3 formation, which seems to love, he could swap it in and out for more players. Strays from it. He's not going to. Yeah, but he's definitely not going to do it. Maybe if we are chasing a game, but he's gonna stick to what he knows, 3-5-2. 352.
Yeah,
for sure. All good stuff though. But I think Parkinson. I think I feel good about it. I'm going in and I'm feeling good. Bolton needs to get some time too. Yeah. 352 more 433. 433 was when we were behind and chasing results.
Chasing, yeah.
Still alive. Yeah, Drew, we're still alive. Yeah. Yep. It was about to pop off there too. I gotta get going myself here. But all right. Well, if anything breaks, we will be here. Obviously, we will be here. Sheldon, looks like it's getting dark out for you too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look at that sky.
Beautiful summer sky. Awesome. Very cool. What I know that you guys, Aaron, what do you got going on? We'll see you this week at some point, correct?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Okay.
Waiting on my TLP hat to get here. I got my I got my notification. What was it, yesterday or the day before? I can't remember.
Got them
My
in
wife
myself.
got it. Yep.
Oh, awesome.
Yep. No.
Thanks for doing it. Yeah, that's awesome. Let me know when it gets there.
Yep. Oh, it'll be on. I'll be wearing it. Don't worry.
Okay, awesome, cool. All right,
I'll be wearing that with my Rotherham jersey.
Oh, let's all put a kitty together to get a Rotherham jersey. All right, brother. We'll chat soon. Okay.
All right. We'll see you guys.
Hey, by the way, big show on Friday. I'll keep that, but just big show on Friday. The Ghostmaker show. All right.
I was wondering what the heck that was. I saw that come
All right.
up. I was wondering what in the world's he got going on.
Got something up my sleeve for you guys. All right. Okay.
All right.
All right. I'll talk soon.
All right. Sounds
care,
good.
guys.
Later, guys.
Okay.
On that bombshell.
All right.
On that bombshell, I'll talk to you later on too.
Yep.
All right, brother. Good stuff.
Out.
All right, there we go. The boys came in to say hey, and yes, we are still live. About to wrap it up here. Earlier subs, would you help too? Absolutely. It's good show. Did a 90 minutes today. 4 more days ago, we'll see how the gazillion predictions play out. Yes. All right, good show. Again, time to Parky. Go back and watch the ones from yesterday as well. It was a good wrap up as well too. So yeah, if anything breaks, we will be there. We will be there live. Love you too, big guy. Love you too, Drew. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, if anything breaks, we'll be there live. So smash a like, subscribe. Local pundit hats are out, and if you want them, please go check it out. Help support the channel and everything like that. And let's get to that 1,000. We're almost there. I think we're about 22, 23 away, which is great. So great day today. It's a Tuesday. 4 days to go. Get behind this team. Feel good about things, and looking forward to just getting this off the ground. And again, the Ghost Pepper Show. You'll see. It's gonna be cool. But yeah, I'm excited about that. But if anything breaks live, we'll be here. And on that bombshell, I will see you all soon.